Fit to fill. It's one of those funny insert types within DaVinci Resolve which you've potentially overlooked. So I've got an empty timeline here. I'm going to mark an in and an out, and then if I simply grab an image from my media pool, I can use my shortcut to drop it in there and it will perfectly fill that in and out space on the timeline. No need to add it to your timeline, then click and drag. You can do it all in one click. And it gets even cooler when you start to use videos, especially if you're trying to do a time lapse. So check it out. We've got a gap here, which is about 15 seconds or so. And I've got this video, which is about 2 minutes. But if I use my keyboard shortcut, I can drop that video in that gap, it will automatically fill the gap, and the video has been sped up. No messing with retiming, job done. You can even mark in and out points on the clip and in and out points on your timeline to use a technique called 4-point editing. Super clever, so that's what we're going to talk about in this 5-Minute Friday video. But before we do, 20 seconds to thank this video's sponsor, MotionVFX. MotionVFX makes some of the best plugins and presets and packs for DaVinci Resolve, and they've just released their latest M documentary pack. This one looks super cool. It's not only got loads of typography, titles, transitions, there's also overlay effects, LUTs, and these really snazzy looking freeze frame effects. If you want to know more about the M documentary pack and the rest of the packs available for DaVinci Resolve, check out the links down in the description below. Hey, so fit to fill. What's the keyboard shortcut you need for this one? It's Shift and F11. Shift F11, Shift F11. Remember that one, it's really useful, but you can also do it via a drag and drop method if you prefer. So let's take a look at how it works. I'll run through it really quickly. I'm going to start off with that really simple demo using images. So I've got an empty timeline here, and all I'm going to do is using the I and O keys on my keyboard, mark ins and out points. If you've never used ins and out points before, if you've marked it in and out like this and you want to get rid of it, use the Alt and X or Option and X if you're on a Mac, just to clear those in and out points. But I'm going to mark an in and an out, and then if I simply grab an image from my media pool, let's go with this one, then I'm going to hit Shift F11, that image will just drop on the timeline and it will fill that in and out range. Alternatively, let's mark a new in and out. If you don't like to use the keyboard shortcut, you'd prefer to do a drag and drop, simply grab your image from the media pool, bring it over to your preview window in the middle, and you'll get this little drop down appear. And you want to go to this fit to fill, release, and there you go, it'll fill that gap. Now, something really important to note with this, you have to select the track where you want the image to be placed. So you set your primary track. So over here, you can see I've got video 1, there's a little red box on V1. We simply click on the track where we want the image to go, and that's where it'll be dropped. So I've got V3 selected at the moment. Let's mark it in and out, grab a different image, fit to fill, job done. Now it works exactly the same way if you want to fill an existing gap on your timeline. So I've got a gap here. All you need to do, literally put your playhead anywhere within that gap. Make sure your correct track is selected from the left. Let's grab a different image. Let's go with this one. We're going to drag, drop, fit to fill, and it will just automatically fill that gap. Easy peasy. I know, not that exciting, but super useful. It does get more exciting when you start to use video. When you use video, what fit to fill will do is speed up or slow down the video to fill that gap. So if the gap is longer than the video will be slowed down. And if the gap is shorter than the video will be sped up to match. Let me show you how that works. So again, we're starting off with an empty timeline, and we're going to use some in and out. So I'll mark an in and out point like so, and we'll go select our video. When you've got your video selected, quick point, you will need to select the primary track for both the video and the audio. So this is where you want the video and the audio to be dropped on your timeline. Now this in and out range, as you can see here, is about 40 seconds or so. This video is just under 2 minutes. So if we use Shift and F11, it's going to drop that video into that gap, but because the gap was shorter than the video has been sped up to match. We know that because at the bottom left, we've got this little speedo icon to show us that the video has been sped up. If we open the inspector, scroll down to the speed change area, we can see the speed is at 295%. And that's why it's playing so quick. Again, if you've got a pre-existing gap on your timeline, we can do the exact same thing and it'll fill that gap. And another great use for this If you've got a clip on your timeline, so let's say this image of the fire, but I want to replace this with a time lapse instead, we just put our playhead over that clip, then we do our fit to fill. Once again, it'll replace that clip the exact same length, but speed up or slow down the clip to match. Simple, right? Great for time lapses. Now, I don't recommend doing this for slow-mo quite as much because slow motion is much more particular in terms of the frame rates that you need to use and all that sort of stuff. But for time lapses, it works great. Now, as mentioned at the beginning, you can do 4-point editing, which is where you mark the in and out range on the clip and the in and out range on the timeline. So let's take a look at that. So in this example, I've already got my A-roll set up on my timeline and I want to drop a time lapse as some B-roll. So the first thing I need to do, select the tracks where I want this time lapse to be. So I'm going to go with video 2. I'm actually going to click on A1 once again so it goes grey, and that means no audio track is selected, so only the video will be imported. Now let's say I want my time lapse to be exactly from here to here. That exact range. Now let's open up my video. Now I don't want this whole 2-minute video, I simply want a section of it. So then I'm going to do the same thing, mark an in and an out to select the actual range of the video that I want. Then I'll hit Shift F11. It'll insert that clip onto the range on the timeline, just the section which I marked within the clip itself. And because the range on the timeline was shorter than the range in the clip, it's been sped up. Now, one last super bonus trick for you, which I think is just worth mentioning. So if I wanted to add an image to my timeline, but I needed it to be exactly 10 seconds in length, if I hit I to mark my in, then hit the plus key on my keyboard and I'll unlock this little time code box in the top right-hand corner. Then if I type 1000, you can see it says 10 seconds within there now. My playhead will jump forward 10 seconds or hit O to mark the out. We'll grab my image, fit to fill, and now I know that this image is exactly 10 seconds in length. There's another great insert type called replace, which I've made a video about in the past, so go check that one out. Thanks for watching, folks. Take it easy. I hope this was useful. See you next time.